Today's episode of Desertwood Days with Kathy Blaze is sponsored by Cole Obarts Entertainment, providing amusement, celebration, and distraction since 2013. To find out more, visit us on the web at www.coleobartsent.com.
I wanna visit all the places nobody goes. I wanna teach all the things that nobody knows. I wanna grow wings, leave the coop, learn to fly. Bungee jump from the tallest building in Dubai. I wanna fly around town in my UFO. I wanna eat real food, not the GMOs. I wanna make moves, call the shots like the boss. I wanna love like I never lost.
Welcome back to Desertwood Days, and I'm your host, Kathy Blaze. Today's guest is the host of one of Arizona's podcasts, Just Give Me Five. Let's welcome Mr. Dave Miranda. Hello there, sir.
Hey, how are you?
Okay.
All right.
Great to see you.
Yes, likewise.
Okay, we're kind of coordinating here today. The red lipstick, the red hat.
There we go.
I'm loving that.
See, it's divine intervention, right?
So, Dave, you host a podcast called Just Give Me Five?
Yeah, so it's not necessarily a podcast. It's more like kind of like a mini docu-series. Because the original idea was I was going to do a documentary on the scene in 2019.
Okay.
That didn't happen. And so, but when you see these, it's kind of like a mini series. You know what I mean? It's almost like something you would see on like Vice or something. You know?
Okay.
So
We're going to talk more about that,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I want to get a little bio about the man, Mr. Dave Miranda.
Okay.
Dave, where are you originally from?
Actually, born and raised, Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's rare these days. It's
Yes,
rare.
it is. You know what? There's more of us hiding around here than
There
people.
are.
Yeah,
There are, absolutely.
You know what? We just have to get them out there, pull them out.
Right.
There's more of us out there.
Yeah.
So, Dave, growing up, what was it that inspired you? Were you interested in entertainment at that time?
Yeah, so I originally, I was a hip hop artist.
Okay.
Yeah, so I used to go by Mr. Miranda. So
Okay.
that was my name. That's basically how I got my name in the scene in general was through hip hop, through music.
Oh, okay.
And so did that for, roughly 18, almost 19 years.
Wow.
I still consider myself an artist. You know what I mean? It never leaves you.
Right.
But I've always had a passion for getting into film,
Mhm.
some kind of journalism, media. I just always felt like my mom always told me that I was just a natural at that. She's like, you could be an actor, you could do that. You just have that personality. And it's like, so I decided to take a leap and jump into it. And here we are.
You know what? It is. I love our moms.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you know what? Our moms plant that seed.
They plant that
You
seed.
know what? I mean, as a kid, we need that. We
Oh,
need
absolutely.
that assurance that we can do whatever we want.
Because that's
in
where it
life.
starts.
Yes, I
mhm.
love that. I love
Yeah.
that. And you know what? We do that same. We plant that seed into our young people, whether it's our child or someone else.
Or just the youth period.
Yes, we're planting those seeds.
Right.
I love that. You know what? You've been doing this for 19 years, and you still feel that because that's who we are.
Right.
That's
Right.
who we are. So, Mr. Miranda, what type of music did you perform?
I was a hip hop artist.
Okay.
It was my music was more like kind of hip hop soul.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was heavily inspired by, the likes of Common, The Roots,
Okay.
but then I was also really big into soul music, period, because my mother, again, starts at home, right?
Mhm.
So growing up, we used to listen to soul music. My mom would play Aretha Franklin. She'd be
Yeah.
playing Teddy Pendergrass,
Yes.
Luther Vandross, you name it, right? So it's funny because I originally wanted to sing,
Really?
but I couldn't sing. So it was like, but I always had a passion for hip hop, rap music. You know what I mean? If you want to specifically put in a genre, but it just didn't end up happening. So I just ended up pursuing hip hop. I was like, I'm gonna do something.
You're gonna do something because
in
you're
that
so
form.
passionate about
Of course,
the
music.
I love that. I used to feel people say you have an old soul because I love the oldies. I mean,
Oh yeah,
growing up,
yeah.
that's all my mom did was
Of
play
course.
music in our household. It is funny. My daughter,
Okay.
she would be talking about. I don't know if you know some of the old like Tyrone Davis.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you know about Tyrone Davis to my daughter?
Right.
I'm like, that's way before my time, and you're talking
Yeah.
about Tyrone. But she's heard my mom play those types of
There you
songs.
go.
So
Yeah.
but you know what? That music it is never outdated.
It's timeless.
And some of the things is that the newer hip hop artists and musicians, and they're influenced by that. And some of them don't even know that they are, because they're not familiar with those songs that we're familiar with.
Right. But no, they definitely are. Yeah. Absolutely.
So at what point did you transition from music to what you're doing now?
We started pretty much during the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like we officially started the show December 12th of 2020. So we just celebrated the 2-year anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
So it's me and my film partner, my business partner, Jimmy Nelson.
Okay.
And now we go back because Jimmy actually is a music producer.
Oh, okay.
And he was my engineer on my very first album back in like 2004.
Okay.
So me and him go way back. So some people think, oh, you guys must have just started working a couple years ago. It's like, nah, man,
right.
we go back.
You go way back.
So the chemistry that we had with music
is he a co-host with you?
No, not a co-host, but I mean, he does the filming, the editing.
Okay.
He does all the behind the scenes stuff.
He does all the behind the scenes stuff.
That's all Jimmy.
Okay.
And so yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Just Give Me 5.
Yes, ma'am.
First off, where'd the name come from?
So it's interesting. So I was just just during the pandemic, everybody was home, so people weren't out, obviously. So a lot of people were gravitating towards Instagram Live.
Mm-hmm.
So you started seeing people like, Jennifer Aniston would be talking to J-Lo, on a split screen, right? And kind of interviewing. And then it turned into like, then I would check like, you'd see like Kid Capri, then I'd see like the hip hop heads, I'd see like Kid Capri interviewing Kid from Kid and Play, right? And it was the stories.
Wait, is Kid Capri the one that was doing he was doing the music? He'd bring on the artists and have them sing, performing. Was that Kid Capri?
No, so Kid Capri, so he's a producer and legendary DJ, but he used to actually, do you remember Def Comedy Jam? Mm-hmm. He was the DJ on Def Comedy Jam. Okay. When Martin Lawrence would be the host, and then I
reflected. There was this other guy, I can't remember his name right now. He did this thing that he would bring on musicians or singers, and they would perform online. So I can't think of it, but that was a really great show right there.
Okay.
Yeah. But you saw all of those.
So I started seeing these individuals, doing these interviews, and I was just really I was just so infatuated by it because it was the stories. And I'm just a man. I'm just a sucker for stories. Like I love a good story, And so I once I started seeing that, I was like, you know what? I could do this. Like this is something that I want to do. But I didn't want it to be. Everyone was doing Zoom, and I understand, it was for safety precautions and stuff. But I was like, I don't want to do that. And I was thinking, well, maybe we won't do like a podcast. We won't do something where it's a certain amount of time length. Maybe we'll shorten it. Maybe I'll just do like 3 questions. At first I was thinking 3. I was like, maybe we'll just do 3, right? I was like, nah, not 3. Let's do something solid. Let's do 5.
Oh, okay.
I was like, okay, we'll do 5, right? So it's funny. I was in Safeway, right? Because I'm just my mind's all over the place. Because now I got the idea, right? So I'm in Safeway and I'm getting I'm in the checkout. Well, I'm at the register, and the gentleman in front of me asked for cash back. So the cashier was like, how much do you need? And he goes, just give me 5. And I was like, there it is. Right. Just give me 5. I was like, 5 questions is what I already wanted to have. That's perfect. Right. I wish I could find that guy sometime. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was like I was like, just give me 5. So I started searching to make sure it wasn't taken. Make sure it's trademarked, and rolled with the name from there.
That is awesome.
So people get confused because they think, like I've had people watch it and they'll be like, Dave, I watched the show, man, but I thought it was 5 minutes. They thought the 5 was 5 minutes.
Oh.
Like it was like 30 minutes long. Watch this episode, and I'm like, Well,
And I was thinking, just give me 5.
Right. And I was like, no, it's 5 questions.
Oh,
and so that's where the 5 comes in.
I love
So it's
that.
basically like, like in a sense, it's like, yeah, I'll do it, man. But just give me 5, like just give me 5 questions.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's where we came with it.
Right. You know what? That is how important being observant, listening, having those skills are for us.
Right.
I mean, you were just in Safeway, but even though you were just in, your mind was on your business.
Oh yeah,
thinking about this name, and all of a sudden you hear this guy say, "Just give me 5."
Yeah, you just ask for cash back. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, that works.
That works. Yeah. I love that.
Yep.
I love that. That is so cool, and I love the name of it and what it stands for. So, Dave, just give me 5. Tell me, how do you come by your questions? Is that something you can talk about?
Yeah, absolutely. So, it's not like some like random like TMZ quiz, like what's your favorite color? You know what I mean? Like, no, we wanted it to be more in depth on the individual, that we get their background, where they, what they're about, what they stand for, where they come from. And just really giving them an opportunity to really tell their story. Even if it's 5 questions, and sometimes I'll kind of cheat a little, like I'll ask like 3 memorable moments or stuff like that. So now I'm getting 3 in 1. Try to just get the most you can out of the 5. But the last question that we always ask, the 5th question, is for every guest, and it's very important because the reason I decided to make this like a stamp, a question, moving forward, is because during the pandemic, it's like, there's just so much, people got lost, just so much depression going on, and a lot of uncertainty, right? So it's one of those things where it's just to reassure you that everything that you've done in your life meant something. You do have purpose. So the question is, how does it feel to know you're special and extremely loved?
Oh, I like that.
And it throws a lot of them off.
Right.
I mean, I've had guys cry. Man, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really throwing them off because some of these individuals are just they're givers.
Right.
They're not necessarily takers. They don't know how to receive a lot of that.
Right.
So, doing that, it's the amount of gratitude and appreciation for that question. It really just means the world to them. So
I love that. And you'll see on social media people posting, check on your strong friends.
Oh, absolutely.
And that is true.
That's very true.
I mean, lately we've seen some sad stories floating around, things happening to people, and to people that all you see is a big smile, and they're entertaining us to make us happy and to send joy to us.
Exactly.
But they're hurting on the inside, and sometimes that goes unnoticed because of this facade.
All the joy, and exactly.
So I love that you're bringing that out, and that is what all this is for. I mean, you know what? I always feel that, it's bigger than us.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, we're not here just for ourselves. It's to give off something, to give to others. And if we feel opposite of that, I don't feel that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing.
Right. Absolutely. That's fulfilling your purpose.
Yeah.
And so each one teach one. You know what I mean? It goes with that whole saying. It's like, what you have, it's just, you should be able to share with others, and be able to give opportunities. And that's what we did with this platform. Right.
Tell us about one of your memorable moments.
Oh boy.
Without giving names or anything, I mean.
No, I mean, I'll name.
I'll name drop.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. I think one for me, it was like a proud brother moment for me, because I got to bring my sister, my younger sister. I got to bring her on set. We had Robin Wilson from the Gin Blossoms.
Okay.
And those are, I mean, they were pioneers in the industry. I mean, so much that they, Arizona, Tempe's, finest, and I was able to have, we got him on. That was a big deal because my sister and I were really big Gin Blossoms fans.
Okay.
And so when I had him come on, just the joy, the light, my sister got to take a photo with him. He gave her his guitar pick. I remember what he said. It was really cool. He goes, "A pick for a pick."
Oh.
And it just was like the greatest thing. Like, I was crying inside, you know what I mean, when I saw it.
Yeah.
But it was just because, it was like I got to do that for my sister.
Right.
you know, and you know, but it's just everyone we've had has just
Right.
been, it's just great, you know, because
Right.
and a lot of them are people that I grew up on,
Right.
you know, that I admire, that I
Right.
respect,
Right.
and you know, just having them share their stories, stuff that they've never
Yes.
shared with people before. Um,
And you know what? That is one thing that it gives people a space to
right.
feel safe. And you want to always make your guests and your people in your space feel safe, so that
Yeah.
they can release if they need to.
No, you nailed it. That's the exact word, safe. And that's what I have, you know, because you got shows nowadays where people are doing stuff to get clickbait. They want you to say
Right.
something incriminating so that they can
Right.
benefit off of your pain.
Right.
I have to, you know, I kind of have to reiterate that to some people and just let them kind of reassure them that this is a safe
Right.
platform. We're not here for that. It's just genuine
Right.
love. Like we're just literally here to give you your flowers.
Right.
If you
And
want to
I had
share,
that, and when we first started, we are finishing up our second season, and when I
Yeah.
remember my first season, and guests they would feel that way also, because that's been done to them before.
of course, of
Someone
course.
get them on the show, and then they go, "Oh, well, what
Yeah,
you
they
did
can get
this or
triggered by
what?"
stuff. Yeah, no, I know,
Yes,
I know.
yes, I understand that totally, and
And
I would
that's
never want that to happen to someone.
because you wouldn't want it to happen to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, um, yeah, that's the biggest thing. You know, I mean,
Right.
we've been able to get. I mean, granted, you know, the majority of it is homegrown. You know,
Mhm.
it's a lot of Arizona based, you know, quote unquote vets. You know, legend, you know,
Sure.
of the
Right.
scene. But I
Is
mean,
it predominantly entertainers?
I mean, we range from. I mean, there's entertainers, entrepreneurs, athletes. We had Cedric
Oh, okay.
Sabalos on the show,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, so it
So
just
you
kind
have
of
a variety.
yeah, because I was like, me being a fellow hip hop artist, it's
Mm.
like, well, you know, I could have just made it all about the hip hop scene,
Mhm.
but you know, in all reality, that would have kind of got old after about 7 episodes.
Right.
You got to
Right.
be a little diverse with it, and these are
Right.
things that I had to learn. I've never done this
Right.
before,
Right.
so it's like, Dave, you can't make it a male dominant show. You got to have women on there. You
Sure.
can't have a certain ethnicity. You got to have everyone. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You learn these things,
Right.
and it's just opening up the opportunity for everyone. So
That's
it's been
true.
received real well.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Dave, I know you brought some media today. Why don't we take a look at that?
yeah, absolutely.
What up, y'all? This is Mega Ran.
This is Matlock. This is DJ M2. I'm Tyree Michael Carter.
Hey, it's Mario.
I'm Taji Sharp.
This is Master Ace from Brooklyn, New York.
Melissa the Midnight Mamacita.
I am Poker Face.
This is Alex Santamaria.
None other than your man, Richie Evans.
Johnny Ray Diaz.
Bruce St. James.
P, the light-skinned comedian.
Lil Sean.
And all I'm saying is give me 5.
That was awesome. So where would you like to see, just give me 5, let's see, in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years,
Yes.
you know, I got big plans. You know, big hopes. 2023, I believe, is going to be, you know, a great year. It's been amazing so far. Just the 2 years that we've had, the amount of success, you know, that it's really brought. And I think it's just the way we film it, the way we approach it is very different. And I mean, my goal, the end goal is to hopefully get it picked up.
Yeah.
You know, that would be beautiful. Get it picked up, maybe a Netflix. You know, I mentioned Vice earlier. That would be amazing.
Yes.
You know, something like that along the line, and just continue to, you know, get more and more greater, you know, interviews and people on, and
I'm
just
sure you would. Are there any new projects or anything new that you'd like to share with us that's coming up?
you know, then I completely forgot to mention Jimmy and I also do a thing called, now this is the Just Give Me 5 Presents.
Okay.
We also do a thing called the Live Rendition.
Oh, okay.
And so what we have is we have a guest come on, and we try to stick to a vocalist,
Oh.
whether male or female, you know, R&B, you know, soul. And we'll have them come on with a band, and we'll give them a record to play. It's a cover, and they'll just do it in their own way.
Okay.
And so we it's tough because you know you're working with a band, and
Right.
it takes a long time to prep.
Right.
But we've done a few so far, and they've been really awesome.
Right.
So the live rendition is something that we do as well, and that's me giving back to the musical side of it as well.
I know. You
So that
get
feels
the feel,
good.
get the
Oh yeah,
taste of
yeah, that feels good too. You know, so we have that, and yeah, you know. And then,
So is all this done virtual? Or
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can go to our YouTube channel. Just put in Just Give Me Five.
Okay.
Look for the purple hand.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if our audience wanted to reach you, is that where they would go to find you?
You can go to Instagram at Mr. Miranda on Instagram. That's spelled out Mister.
Okay.
And then we have a website as well. So if you want to go to the website, justgive5.com.
Okay. You heard it from Mr. Miranda here. Just give me 5. I'm going to say, just give me 5. Love it, love it. Yeah. We look for more from Mr. Miranda and Just Give Me 5.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us here today. And thank you for joining us here at Desertwood Days. And we'll catch you next time.
Today's episode of Desertwood Days with Kathy Blaze is sponsored by Cole, Obarts Entertainment. Providing amusement, celebration, and distraction since 2013. To find out more, visit us on the web at www.coleobarts.com.